Today we're going to be doing our Go Math lesson 1.7, and we're going to be working on some problem solving using tens and ones. And problem solving is sometimes a little tricky, and we're going to take it really slow. So we're not going to be doing every problem in our lesson. We're just going to be picking out a couple, and then we'll do it in our practice some in our small group as well. We work on this all year long, so all of second grade. So if it seems a little tricky at first, don't get discouraged because it gets easier as we go on. So like I said, we're going to take it really slow. All right, so you need your Go Math lesson 1.7, and you're going to be on page 49. All right, our story problem says, Gail needs to buy 32 pencils. She can buy single pencils or boxes of 10 pencils. What are all of the different ways Gail can buy 32 pencils? So we're going to look at this problem. When we see a word problem, we need to first ask ourselves, what is the problem that I need to solve? Then we need to find the information in the word problem. So I'm going to underline the question in the word problem, and I want you to do that as well. So if you're looking right up at the top of page 49, you will see this little story problem. All right, so the question is, and you can kind of tell because there's a question mark right there, what are all of the different ways Gail can buy 32 pencils? All right, so I'm going to I have a little chart here. You have that on your paper, and it says, what do I need to find? And then right next to it, it says, what information do I need to use? So we are going to just fill that in, and they already filled it in for you, so you don't have to do that. It says ways Gail can buy 32 pencils. Now I need to find out, what information do I need? So the information that I need is I can buy single pencils or I can buy boxes of 10 pencils. Now that we have all of this information, let's start fresh and try to solve our word problem. So down at the bottom, you have a little box that looks like this. It says boxes of pencils, single pencils. Okay, so we're thinking about ways Gail can buy 32 pencils. And our information is that we know that she can buy single pencils or she can buy boxes of 10 pencils. All right, so one box of pencils holds 10 pencils. Okay, so one box has 10 pencils in it. So it kind of looks like our place value block that has 10 ones in it. So this is one way to draw it. And as you can see on your paper, they went ahead and drew it for you, so you can trace over those if you want to. That's fine as well. They're all typed out here because I like them typed out like that. So we have 0 boxes of 10 pencils and we have 32 single pencils. Okay, and as we do this, you're thinking, well, Mrs. Tolles, like, there's 3 groups of 10 there. But remember what our target is. Our target is we're thinking about different ways to show a number. Okay, so just different ways to show it. That kind of helps when we're trying to figure this out. So just like we learned before, let's group 10 ones into a 10 stick. So we're going to take 10 of these and group them together. So how many 10s do I have here? So now I'm going to have one box of pencils, of 10 pencils right there, and I'm going to have 22 single pencils. Okay, so I took one of my 10s and I put it right there. Okay, can I keep going with my 10s? Yeah, I can keep going. All right, so now I took another group of 10. And so how many ones do I have left over then? I have 12, right? Do you see a pattern here? I hope so. Do I still have another group of 10 I could use? I do. So now I have 3 groups of 10 and 2 ones. Okay, so these are 4 different ways to show the number 32. Now, if you were thinking in your mind right now, well, what way would I write that correctly? If you're thinking that you would write 32, that would be correct. But remember that we're figuring out what are all the different ways Gail can buy 32 pencils. So we're just kind of thinking about it a little bit differently than we normally do. All right, let's try another one. So if you'll turn to page 50, up at the top, Sarah has 36 crayons. She can pack them in boxes of 10 crayons or as single crayons. What are all the ways Sarah can pack the crayons? So remember what we talked about at the very beginning. We want to find out what we need to know, okay? And we need to know ways Sarah can buy 36 pencils. She can buy boxes of 10 crayons or single crayons, okay? So let's draw a quick picture of 36, and you have a space right there to draw a quick picture. And you can use just a line for the group of 10. That's fine. That's a little faster. I have them all numbered out, but of course that isn't what you have to do. All right, so the first way that I can do it is I can buy 36 pencils. Or crayons, sorry. I'm probably gonna keep saying pencils. I want crayons this time. So I'm gonna buy 36 single crayons. Okay, so remember we're gonna get a group of 10. So let's group one of our 10s. So now I have how many 10s? 1 and 26 single crayons. All right, and you're going to want to write that in your chart. So the very first one, they wrote, well, they actually gave us one of the answers, but you're going to write 2 answers because you need to write 0 boxes of 10 crayons and 36 single crayons. And then you can write 1 box of crayons and 26 single crayons. And we can group another 10. So now I have 2 boxes of 10 crayons with 16 crayons. And then they actually did the last one for us, which was 3 boxes of crayons with 6 single crayons. And this is how we would write the number 36. All right, let's do number 2 together. So Mr. Winter is putting away 48 chairs. He can put away the chairs in stacks of 10 or as single chairs. What are all the ways Mr. Winter can put away the chairs? So what do I need to know? He can put them away in stacks of 10 or as single chairs. So on page 50 for number 2, they have this little chart, and they, as you can see, they filled in the number 48 for you. So that is already done. We're going to draw a quick picture. So in that little space there, you're going to draw a quick picture for 48. Now remember, I like to write all of mine out. You don't have to do that. You can do a group of 10 with a line, a group of 10 as a line, and then you'll want to show your ones over here as little dots. Probably that would be the easiest. So remember to stop the video and make sure that you do that before we go on. So we know that we have 48 single chairs. So we know that we have that right off, so we can fill in our chart with 0 stacks of 10 chairs and 48 single chairs. And then remember, we're going to make a group of 10 just like before. So I'm going to put those together. You can always draw a line down to connect it to help show you, because this is just for practice. So now I have one group of 10, and how many ones do I have? I have 38 ones. Anybody seeing a pattern here? I hope so. We're going to be talking about this in our small groups tomorrow, about these patterns that we're seeing and how we're figuring it out. So if there's things that you're seeing or thinking, we're going to be sharing that out in our small group. Okay, now I'm going to make another group of 10. And so now I have 2 10s and 28 single chairs, right? Can I still keep going? I can. Now I have 3 stacks of 10 chairs. And how many do I have left over? 18 single chairs. That still seems like a lot of single chairs, doesn't it? And they already filled in this one for you, so you know that one. So we have 48. And which way would we write it? If you're thinking 48, you're correct. But remember, we're thinking about ways that we can show it. All right, so I am going to let you do this one all by yourself. So number 3 and number 4, and I will put this in your directions, but you are going to solve 2 problems by yourself. And I want you to do these, and then we will share them during our math small group time. So I want you to do your very best in figuring this out. I'm going to get you started and then let you finish the rest by yourself. So Philip is putting 25 markers into a bag. He can put the markers in the bag as bundles of 10 or as single markers. What are all the ways Philip can put the markers in the bag? So on your paper on page 51, you will see this little chart here. So you know that you want to start like we did before. So draw a quick picture of 25. Each time we draw a different picture, we can complete the chart. So they don't leave you a lot of space up there, but you can up at the top, or you can do it on a separate piece of paper. That's fine, whatever works best for you. So you're going to start with 25 ones blocks, and this is what we've been doing. So I'm going to that's as far as I'm going to go. I'm going to let you go from there. Remember, if you get stuck, you can always go back and rewind and look at what we did in the first couple problems to help remind you. And remember that you're going to do number 3 and number 4 all by yourself, and then we will talk about it in small group. Have fun and show me what you know.